What's going on, folks? We're going to talk about being successful as an owner-operator today, and a lot of the common traits of what I've noticed over the years. Let's dive right into this. And no, we're not on the big boy. Well, I'm having difficulties with my dead cat. Yeah, anyway, we're not using that. We're going to use the phone. We're going to go old school with it. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to talk about being successful as an owner-operator and some of the common traits that I've noticed with a lot of the guys that I know, that I'm friends with and such. And we're going to talk about them and what I feel it is vital to be successful as an owner-operator. But I will say this is the most vital piece of being successful as an owner-operator, but this can also be said in whatever industry you're in, trucking or selling clothes. You know, it don't really matter. But before you are a truck driver, you need to remain one thing beforehand, and that's a business owner. Yep. I've noticed a lot of people come and go over the years, and they make a little bit of money, and they don't know how to, they can make it, but they don't know how to keep it. Like, for example, I'm gonna call the guy Billy, because I just like the guy. I just like the name Billy. So about 4 years ago, I was in California. Met a guy named Billy. He was a new lease operator over at Roadrunner Transportation. We was talking, and he was talking about all this money he's making. And I was like, yeah, there's big money in it, because he was running the Northeast back to Cali, just back and forth. And he had only been there for like a month, and he didn't thought he was, just on top of the world. But in conversation, he's like, yeah, man, I just got back from the mall. I took a cab or an Uber over to the mall. He said, man, I'm going back. He said, I seen these earrings, man. I'm going back to get these earrings. And he said, that thing was like that big. He said, man, they cut me a bargain at $3,000. I'm gonna go get them. He said, I'm just waiting on this load to hit my card. Because at the time, when we was at Roadrunner, they would front you 40% of the load up front. So if I got a load today, as soon as I was dispatched on that load, 40% of that revenue was instantly on my fuel card, or my ATM card, so to speak, for fuel. He said, yeah, I'm just waiting on this money to hit my fuel card. I'm going to go get those earrings. I think there's one carat, I can't even remember. But I do remember the feeling I had. I thought, you idiot. If you want to go spend three G's on some earrings, that's cool and all. But if you got to wait for your fuel advance money to hit your card to give you enough money to go buy them, that's a dead giveaway. You're not ready. You're not ready. He was a truck driver first. He making a little bit of money, thought he's on top of the world. Dude lasted about 3 more weeks, and he's out. He's out the game. Just like most people that come into the industry and they want to be an owner-op. So be a businessman first, trucker second. I highly recommend you researching your butt off. Dave Ramsey, for one. YouTube Dave Ramsey. Watch all of his videos, podcast. Get good with money. Dave Ramsey, along with YouTube's got YouTube's got a lot of folks on YouTube with financials, accounting, stuff like that. Research your face off on accounting. Get good at money. Because everybody tell you in this game, it ain't about what you make, it's what you save. It's what you keep at the end of the day. And that's what's going to make you or break you. So I highly recommend you research. Whether it's Dave Ramsey, whether it's just some kind of accounting, get good with money. Another thing is you want to research a lot of the top guys in the industry. You want to find guys that's got what you want, that are successful. Me personally, when I got into this game, I listened to all the Kevin Rutherford I could. Kevin Rutherford's got a lot of good information, vital information to being a successful owner-op. Another one is, I don't know if they do it anymore, was Roll and Toll. Roll and Toll, they used to do a call-in every Sunday night. The guys over at MD Alignment, his name was Mike Beckett and his brother. But I'd call in every Sunday night and listen to those jewels that was dropping on tire alignment, suspension. I mean, you could call those guys and say, hey, I've got this model truck, these style tires, this type of shock, and it's got X amount of miles on it. When I turn the steering wheel just slightly this way, there's a pop. And I promise you, Mike Beckett would be like, oh, that's a common problem with that truck right there with those tires and those style shocks. What you need to do is blah, blah, blah. I mean, the man is very, very smart guy in what he does. He is actually the guy that trained my alignment guy, which is Chad Hone. Chad Hone is the only guy in the country that I'll take my truck to for an alignment. And there's reasons why. I don't know if you got that. I'm on a bumpy road, or it'd have been a lot longer. There's reasons why. You know what I'm saying? There's reasons why. I go to Chad Home. But another good one is I can't remember that show. It used to be a podcast. Anyway, Kenny Long's another one. Kenny Long and Elizabeth Long with Trucking with Authority. You can YouTube any of his podcasts. He does a lot of stuff. Man, that guy's a wealth of information. I had them guys on the phone one time, and I told Elizabeth, I said, Kenny's like the encyclopedia to trucking. I have never heard him get stumped, except at one time I called him. And anyway, we figured out a thing around that. Speaking of which, thank you for the birthday wishes the other day, guys. Yeah, you got to research. Surround yourself with people in the industry so you will have connections. One thing about business owners in any field, they're master networkers. It's a double bicycle going down the interstate with a man and a woman on it, eastbound and down through Arizona. That's pretty cool. But you need to network you gotta be just get good at networking. You need to have friends in every aspect of business that you can think of. I've got a guy for engine work, alignment guy, money guys. I mean, you gotta have all that. You gotta have people in your phone that you can call if a problem arises. So research, and keep your eyes on business, guys. Before you're a good old truck driver just rolling up and down the road, you got to handle your finances first. You got to make sure everything is on cue, because if you don't handle the business side of that truck as an owner-operator, it's going to take you under. I've seen it time and time again. So you got to be a master business owner before a truck driver, and also you need to be a master networker. Network with all the guys, whether it's guys on Facebook, guys on YouTube, guys on listening to the Sirius XM. You've got to network, and become a master of networking. So no matter what problem arises, you can be on the phone with somebody. Because I promise you, you ain't got to know it all. You just got to know people that do. So let that thing sink in for a minute. You ain't got to know it all. You just got to know people that do. Because I promise you, if I have something going on and I don't know anything about it, I've got somebody in my phone I can call. Whether it's mechanical, whether it's financials, whether it's business, whether it's banking, whether it's whatever the case, I've got somebody right there I can call. So if you want to be successful in trucking as an owner-operator, you got to become a master business owner and a master networker. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut off here. And oh, by the way, I'm cruising down the road about 65 miles an hour. It's windy as could be, but I'm 65 miles an hour. Here's another thing that kills the owner ops is they get a big truck, they get a truck that's not governed, and they think they got to drive 75 and 80 miles an hour down the interstate. For one, the wear and tear on your engine, it's inevitable. It's going to break down, and it's going to make it happen a lot sooner. Two, you're blowing an extra $200-300 a week just by going fast. I promise you, you'll save more money by going slower. I've crunched the numbers. It makes sense to go slower. So anyways, guys, until that next video, remember, you got to think high to rise. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. See you, bye.